Hey there YouTube, Petey Two Finger coming at you again with another vape-related review. Today I have the eleaf Istick 30 brought to you by the fine folks at Smokenmist in Tempe, Arizona. Aaron is the owner of Smokenmist, has sent me some products for review, and I find it ironic in that these are the same products that had helped me on my journey away from cigarettes. I've done a review for the Marlboro, it's called a Mark 10 electronic cigarette. That was a huge thumbs down. That first week was an absolute nightmare. When I received my Ego style battery with a CE4 clearomizer, that was the first day I was able to not smoke a cigarette and begin my vaping journey. And it wasn't too long after that that I decided I was going to go ahead and purchase myself an eleaf Istick, because these are fantastic, basically revolutionary, game-changing devices. I said it.
It's a game changer.
This is the eleaf Istick 50 that I have. I've had this for a long time. I absolutely love this device. I did drop this. I was at a doctor's appointment. I was waiting for the elevator. It was still winter time, and I reached in my breast pocket to grab the device, and I fumble-futzed it and dropped it on the hard tile floor. And I heard the skittering of parts all across, and I was like, it was, a little bit tense for a minute there. Turns out nothing happened at all whatsoever. The Istick was fine, but the atomizer was completely toast. It was a junky clone. It was actually a clone of a Nautilus, which ironically enough was what Aaron had shipped to go with that. So there's going to be an additional video review for this atomizer where I'm going to combine that with the Istick. Now, one of the first things that struck me about this eleaf Istick 30 is the size. Here we have the 50 for comparison. You'll see the 30 is about a centimeter shorter, but it's also half the size. The battery life on this device is 2200 mAh, so even if you were a heavy vapor, you'd have no problem making it a full 24-hour, probably more, even closer to 2 days with this device as it is. I rarely find myself charging my 50-watt Istick, and the main thing that struck me was the size difference in this. Ever since I dropped that, it's never left the house. I'm like, that thing, it's just kind of bulky. This particular unit fits very nicely in my hand. I would have no qualms about the weight of it being in my pocket, anything like that. So this is going to be much more handy for on-the-go type of use. It comes packed with safety features and includes basically everything you need apart from the atomizer. So inside the box, it does come with complete instructions. There's also shipped with a charger, which is we're in the US, so this is a 110 style with a USB cable, so it's a USB connector plug. And then this here plugs into plugs into the Istick, and you plug this in, and it has a handy battery level meter to let you know how much power is still left in your battery while you're charging it. The amount of features in this device is pretty much everything that they could put in here. Everything that's on the market today is been implemented in the eleaf Istick 30. Now, I do have to say there are some folks who griped about the placement of this recharge port being on the bottom. I find it to be smart. With this thing, if they were to put it on the top, it would tend to, I don't know. I think it's absolutely, I have no problem about laying the device down for charging. It does, being a 2200 milliamp hour battery, it does take a full 2.5 hours to fully charge the battery from when it's completely empty. Additional chargers would obviously take much less. So it ships with the charger, the charging cable, and they also include, this is called a Ego 510 threaded adapter. It's just a little flying saucer looking guy, very kind of a medium to smallish piece that you use this if one were to want to implement something like a little clearomizer for some stealth vaping. Perhaps you were planning on, had a doctor appointment, or you were going to be riding on the elevators and vaping after the doctor appointment, you would utilize the 510 threaded connector. It is a locking device, so by depressing the button quickly 5 times, it shuts itself off and cannot be activated, and then another 5 times quickly it will turn itself on, displaying the battery life. This is fully charged. You can switch over by rapidly depressing the button 3 times to variable voltage or variable wattage mode. So here you can see the numbers changing as I'm scrolling up and then down in voltage mode. Another neat feature, if you're lefty, you're able to hold down the buttons for 2 seconds and it flips the display 180 degrees. So even doesn't matter which hand you're holding the device in, or if you're lefty, it's not going to have this screen inverted, causing you to get a stiff neck. It will fire off everything from a 5 ohm all the way down to a 0.4 ohm, so you're able to do sub-ohming atomizers with this device. I don't sub-ohm. Everything I build is typically 1.5. Right now my iStick is set at 8.5 watts, and typically that's where it stays. I might get crazy and bring it up to 11.5, 12.5 is the highest it's ever really been in normal day-to-day operation. So with applying that formula to this, you would know that I would have, running it at 8.5 with the peak being 30, that's quite a bit of headroom, which to me is a good thing. Built-in safety features, there's an overcharge protection, so when you're charging the unit, when the battery gets full, it stops the charging process, which very cool. There is an under voltage protection. Lithium-ion batteries, they don't like being fired when they get super empty, to the point where there's almost no voltage left in that battery. It will damage the battery. So this is a smart device. It monitors that voltage constantly and will prohibit you from damaging the battery by undervolt application. There is also what I believe it's called atomizer protection, and this goes back to, like, I call it crackhead vaping, where if you were to vape for more than 10 seconds, you were like, and then after 10 seconds it flashes, it stops, and it's like, hey, maybe you might want to sit down and take a rest. Because I guess the eleaf eye needle would be the next, if the 10 seconds is enough for you. Now, we run this device in variable voltage mode. You will get 2 volts all the way up to 8 volts maximum, which is 8 volts I've heard of people vaping at 6 volts. I've never pushed it up close to 6 volts, honestly. And like I said, I keep mine low, but it does operate between 5 and 30 watts. The included battery life meter. There is an ohm meter built into the device, so it constantly monitors the resistance of the atomizer that you're running. The screen flip, under voltage, overcharge protection, locking device. Streamlined top plate. It has a spring-loaded center pin, which the original, the 20-watt version of this, the old one that was extremely popular, some folks griped about that. They listened. They went ahead and updated it with the most common, popular, not the most modern, design, the spring-loaded center pin with stainless steel threading where the atomizer screws in. So pretty much, I honestly do not see how they could possibly improve this device any more than it already is. The unit is available in black, blue, silver, or red. They ship out of Smoke and Mist for around $40. I believe they're $39.95, something like that. Any order over $50 from the Smoke and Mist company, you get free shipping. So, Smoke and Mist out of Tempe, Arizona, thank you very much for providing this product for me to review. I had the iStick 50 is just a little bit more battery life to it and a little bit more performance on the high end if you turn it way up, which I never turned mine up. I never even got close to half. So I've used this device for a long time. It's actually been like my go-to ace in the hole device that I the only bad thing I will say about it is, like I said, I dropped it and I got a little nervous about taking it out of the house. But with getting this device being so small and portable, especially utilizing it with this Nautilus mini tank, which is it's an absolute just overachiever. This tank, it doesn't leak. The balance of flavor to vapor production is extremely well balanced. Now, I'm going to be doing a full review for this tank There we go. I had it, it was in variable voltage. I'm turning it down to 8.5 where I normally, yeah, here we go. I'm going to be doing a full review for this device and vaping it on the iStick as well. So maybe you'll want to tune in for that. I'm going to be, got some juice reviews coming up. I'm going to be doing some smoke and mist liquid. So thank you very much for joining me again for this review. I really do appreciate it. And I can't tell you, like a massive, the biggest possible double thumbs up for the eleaf iStick. And I guess I'll let the hat out of the bag. This tank isn't too shabby either. So if you're thinking about a portable device, something that's an all-in-one, something that's safe, has a good reputation and a no-brainer, this would be the way to go. The eleaf iStick 30. So thank you very much again, and peace.